Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited to present this wonderful program for you. Women as Musician Entrepreneurs, an exploration of Fanny Mendelssohn, Clara Schumann, and Teresa Carreño's works and career ventures. This project was created thanks to a University of North Texas fellowship I received back in the fall of 2019. I was able to take a semester off from teaching and administration and immerse myself in my research to create this program. I had a wonderful opportunity to collaborate with the award-winning documentary filmmaker Tanya Khalaf in creating a series of short films to go along the piano performances and spoken remarks. The program was selected to be presented at the College Music Society's National Conference in Louisville, Kentucky last fall. I traveled with my then 5-month-old son to present a portion of the program. The full program was originally scheduled to be presented live in the Denton and Dallas area in March of 2020. But once the pandemic hit, the program had to be postponed. I'm now sharing an adapted online version which includes a multimedia presentation, piano performances, and spoken remarks. The great thing about the online version is that I get to present it worldwide, so I'm thrilled to be able to have all of you here today. This will be an interactive experience with all of you throughout the event. Feel free to share your questions and comments through the chat box on the right. Also, be sure to stick around until the end since we'll have a virtual reception. The online platform allows up to 20 people to participate through audio and video in the virtual room, so be sure to turn your cameras on. And if you don't make it to the first 20, you can still stick around and join through the chat feature. My team will be gathering your questions and comments throughout, and I'll have a chance to respond at the end. Today we'll discuss the fundamental skills needed to be a successful musician. I'll be using examples from 3 of the most influential women musician entrepreneurs of the 19th and early 20th century. Each of these women were pioneers during a time where society's expectations placed great limitations on them. We can learn from their resilience and entrepreneurial spirit, which allowed them to overcome many obstacles. Some of the most important things for a musician to develop is the ability to initiate projects, to overcome challenges, and to be willing to try things without the guarantee of success. All of us are going to suffer difficult times and face roadblocks. The question is, can we get through it? Can we grow through it? Can we learn from it? As human beings, we need connection. And music can become a vehicle for us to create this sense of community and belonging. Entrepreneurship is about creating opportunities and finding solutions to problems. For musicians in particular, entrepreneurship serves as a vehicle to develop artistic pursuits and in turn becomes a channel for human emotion and connection. The piece I chose today is selected from a set called Songs for Pianoforte. This piece has a highly chromatic, harmonic palette. It contains several musical elements drawing inspiration from her brother Felix's works, specifically Felix' cantata, The First Walpurgis Night, which he wrote inspired by the fact that Fanny was doing her Sunday musical series. The opening motives in the melody are also based on one of Felix's songs called Suleika, Opus 34, number 4. This piece has several interesting connections to the events surrounding the end of her life. Fanny died during a rehearsal of Felix' cantata in her home. It was the first piece Felix chose to become published posthumously, so he must have liked it a lot when he discovered it after her death. Perhaps he chose to publish Fanny's works as a way to reconcile his reluctance to support her publishing efforts while alive. Here it goes. Clara Schumann was born in Germany in 1819 and began her musical studies under her father's guidance. A child prodigy, Clara began concertizing at a very young age and carried on a brilliant career for over 60 years. But Clara was not only a performer, she was a piano teacher, a composer, and an entrepreneur who managed her own concerts. As a consequence of the patriarchal social attitudes, women were excluded from professional music making, and even until the second half of the 20th century, membership of professional orchestras was restricted to male musicians. Some orchestras, for example, didn't admit women to playing positions until only a few decades ago. The Berlin Philharmonic did not accept women until 1982, and the Vienna Philharmonic waited until 1997. Prior to that date, women might have been engaged regularly, but were not publicly listed as orchestral members or awarded tenured posts. Now, here's what comes next. In addition to the virtual reception that follows, I'd like to invite all of you to connect with me through my website. I'd love to hear about what resonated with you the most from this program and what next steps do you feel inspired to take in your career. I can't wait to connect with all of you in the virtual reception room now. See you soon.